Following last year's legendary All-Star season, Survivor Lake Fork found 20 new players eager to build a legacy of their own. And in a series first, every major twist was decided by the players themselves. The game-defining Satyr allowed eliminated castaways to will a powerful decision to someone left in the game, and it all began minute 1 with Ben and Kylie privately assigning tribes. The powerful Glare tribe, filled with physical threats and strategic game players who dominated early challenges, and the underdog Fenrir tribe, defined by its early losing streak and good vibes. However, fortune quickly changed as Glare lost its momentum, eliminating 3 power players in a row. On Glare, secret duo Mackenzie and Eric went from underdogs to top dogs when Mackenzie revealed an idol to Smitty, Ben, and Ethan, creating a powerful strategic alliance. On Fenrir, the friendly facade was beginning to show cracks, with more strategic players like Cooper, Jordan, and Colin itching to make a move. And when Cooper received an advantage to shape the tribe swap, a move was made. And in this new phase of the game, the backstabs began.
Brooke. Jack. Ben.
Thanks for the idol.
At the merge, what was left of the Glare Alliance reassembled. Eric, Mackenzie, Ethan, and Smitty, facing the impossible odds of overcoming 8 enemies. But through cunning moves and smooth social manipulation, the old Glares infiltrated the Fenrir stronghold, convincing them to turn on their own. With Cooper flipping and joining the Glare Alliance, new dynamics emerged. A trio of Cooper, Eric, and Mackenzie. A duo of Ethan and Smitty. And Jordan, a lone wolf. And with Ethan's shocking blindside, there's nowhere to hide for Jordan and Smitty from this dominating trio. After 15 thrilling eliminations, only 5 remain. Cooper, the flipper whose social and strategic gameplay determined the direction of the game and enabled the powerful Glare Alliance. Orchestrating the downfalls of Jack, Phil, Kylie, and Colin, Cooper has been collecting names, and there's only one more he wants to add to his list: Jordan. Eric, the strategic mastermind whose lies have caused the downfall of all his enemies, and some of his allies. As the game comes to a head, will Eric's mischief finally catch up to him? Mackenzie, the heart of the trio. Starting the game as a target at every single tribal council, Mackenzie has clawed her way to the top through grit and intelligence. After struggling to connect socially on Glare, Mackenzie faced the opposite problem after the merge, being forced to put emotions aside to blindside her friends. Now surrounded only by friends, can Mackenzie make the tough decisions necessary to get to the end? Smitty, the lovable friend, and now on an island after Ethan's blindside. Easily befriending everyone in the game, Smitty's low-key demeanor and challenge ability allowed him to make calculated strategic moves. But after being left out of a pivotal vote, is Smitty's time coming to an end? And Jordan, the outsider. After being pegged as the puppet master of Fenrir and the biggest threat to win the game, Jordan lost ally after ally.
Kylie. Caitlin.
And when she betrayed her number 1 to form a new alliance,
Leanne.
those new allies left her too. Standing alone against the Glare Alliance, she faces an uphill battle.
I guess I'm the social pariah.
Can she overcome the odds? Who will become the sole survivor? Find out tonight in the season finale of Survivor Lake Fork Ragnarok.
We gotta talk.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think we do like all this stuff.
Yeah, I think we all need to talk a little bit.
Yeah. Honestly, to understand you better than you know our feelings.
Patience is a virtue. I worked with Ethan for about 10 rounds of this game, just waiting, biding my time, and that time has finally come. I gotta say, I was probably pretty wrong about Ethan. He was a pretty loyal ally, actually. He even voted Jordan. But here's the thing, for all that I know, Smitty, Jordan, and Ethan are working closely together, have advantages, and that's a risk that I couldn't take. And that's why I had to take the reins and convince Mackenzie and Cooper to flip their vote at the last second.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, dude, we can go talk if you like. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's taking so long. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good.
Ethan, you've learned a lot about my game by now, and none of it is good for you. I just want to say, I've surely misjudged you. I look forward to getting to know you outside of the game, if possible. I'm sure you want nothing to do with me. But I just feel like a kid on Christmas, man. I got my biggest wish of all, and that's to get you out of here. Wanted that from the beginning, and maybe that'll teach you a lesson. Don't yell at me during a challenge ever again. Players yell at me in a challenge, they're gone, even if it takes 10 more rounds.
The only reason that we went for Ethan, it was literally the last second thing that I got clued in on. It's just the idea that why are they so fine with this? Wasn't sure if you and Ethan were super tight. I thought you might have been.
That was very interesting. I trust what they're saying in that they switched to Ethan last minute. And even though they're my allies, it's still scary. I just don't know what to think.
There's talk about how there might be an idol going around, and I thought you were really close with Ethan, so I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can tell him.
I mean, it sucks because he was definitely in the 5, but I was just going with the 5 versus 1. I think it's...
Well, we still want Jordan for sure.
I think Jordan's next. There's no reason for it not to be. But I feel like I need to win immunity a lot more now, even more than I did last round, because everything just shook up and I wasn't on the right side of it.
I voted for Ethan.
And
Because
do you know who gave me?
Eric and Mackenzie are the ones who came to vote for Ethan at the last second. Because, because the vote was you. Like, Smitty and Ethan were going to vote for it.
That travel was crazy. Had like a really solid 3. We are working so closely together, but they voted for me, so we'll see how that goes. I thought that like me and Smitty were locked in, but now that he voted me, like I don't know. But yeah, I really don't know. Like now at this point, I'm like I just need to get to the end. I need to be like thinking that Lindsay would be like, shoot, like she has an idol. Then it'd be like, okay, let's just switch it to Aaron.
They're definitely close, the two.
Yeah, they've been through everything together. Which, like, low-key, we have to. So, I feel like Eric and Mackenzie, I just have, like, a feeling today, like, something just clicked and I was like, they're working together. And, like, pretending like they're not. Which is, like, super smart. Like, Kyle and Camilla, like, it's a genius move.
Like, because we trust each other, we've had a long history in this game, and we've been through different things. Exactly. I want to do some damage control with Smitty, because I want to get him back on my side, just in case things go haywire.
I'm not upset about it at all. I mean, it sucks because, I mean, obviously that was our 5, but y'all just had the balls to make move.
He, like, threw you under the bus, and that's why like, the thought was, like...
a chance to talk to him, he came over.
Yeah. Let's say we get rid of Jordan, he wins the next challenge. I want to make sure he's sticking with me, because I'll tie the boat, I'll send him to fire, like, I don't care. I'm not risking anything, because I think it's final 3, and I'm playing 7. So I'm getting that final 3, Smitty, Jordan, whatever I gotta do.
No, but I trust y'all 100%. And literally, like, yeah, I'm just so happy. Like, regardless of how it goes, I'm so happy that, like, it wasn't like there wasn't a point where we broke up. We've literally been this since like the first morning.
We've been writing this out.
Like we got together.
Smitty, he thinks right now that he is in a 3 with Eric and I. I really did like that 3. But Cooper's starting to be the more attractive player to bring to the end because people like Smitty and people seem to not like Cooper, but maybe not vote for him to win.
Now we're 3 of the final 5.
But for me, I'm just gonna keep voting Jordan and try to convince her to throw the vote somewhere else. I walked up to her this last time. I was like, hey, is there any way you could stop saying my name? She was like, if you stop saying my name. Stop pitching me and pitch someone else. I wasn't.
Okay, guys, come on to tribal council. Line up.
Fair. At that point, though, I was gonna go Ethan. But I was like, I'm not saying your name. Whatever. Yes. Like I said earlier, I feel like her and I are just too far gone. By the time we got to meet each other, we already had alliances that were solidified on basically different sides. Basically, right here, I need Jordan not to win. If she wins, unfortunately, it'll probably be Smitty.
I'll give it to Smitty. He's been my day one. I would have went to the final 2 with him. He's a great guy. If he makes it to the final, I'll probably vote for him.
Welcome to Seer. You are the seer. You now have a decision to make. Will the game end with a final 2 or a final 3? Choose wisely. Wow. I think for me, it really doesn't matter if it's a final 2 or a final 3. Because I think if I am in the final 3, I'm probably with Mackenzie and then one of Eric or Cooper. And I feel like I could articulate my game better than both of them. So, honestly, I think if my goal is just to make the final 3 and only have to survive 2 rounds, I think that might be the choice. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt, but only time it's still.
Jay.
Come on in, guys. All right, welcome, final 5. First things first, I'll take it back, Smitty. Yes, sir. All right. Once again, immunity is up for grabs. Here's how this challenge is going to work. Your job is to navigate these dowels through the maze using your skewer and place them on top of your maze. The first person to successfully balance 7 dowels, one on top of the other, on top of your maze, and stay standing for 3 seconds, wins immunity, safe from the vote, guaranteed spot in the final 4. All right, everyone pick a station, we'll get started. Survivors ready? Go! A lot on the line, this immunity challenge. Smitty already drops one off. Cooper making quick work. Almost places hotel. Mackenzie's placed her first dowel. Jordan placing her first right now. Mackenzie flying through with her second. She successfully places her second. Jordan moving through with her second. Cooper placing his second right now. Cooper is wobbling.
I can't do anything. The wind's pushing a lot.
Mackenzie's got 3 on. Smitty's got 3 now. Eric's got 1. Jordan working on placing her third. Mackenzie placing her 4th. She's successful. Smitty placing his 4th. Cooper and Jordan both with 3. Eric with 2. Smitty's falls, gets to reset. Mackenzie placing her 5th. Mackenzie pushes her forward and knocks her entire stack over. It's now Cooper in the lead with 4. That's how fast this challenge can change up. Jordan trying to place her 4th, can't get quite high enough. Cooper places his 5th. Eric placing his 4th, trying not to knock off another one. Jordan places her 4th. Cooper's placing his 6th. Cooper's stack falls. Has to start over. Eric placing his 5th.
No, I'm not.
Trying to.
No, it's gone.
Jordan placing her 5th. Stack is wobbling. Smitty back at 4. Mackenzie placing her 4th. Jordan places her 5th. Is Jordan in the lead with 5, followed by Smitty and Mackenzie with 4. Smitty places his 5th. Mackenzie trying to place her 5th. Jordan's stack falls. She has to start over. It's now Smitty and Mackenzie with 5 each. Smitty trying to place his 6th. It's wobbling. It falls. Smitty loses it all. It's now Mackenzie in the lead, placing her 6th.
Got it, Carol.
Cooper with 3. Eric with 3. Jordan starting over from scratch. Smitty starting over from scratch. Mackenzie placing carefully. Mackenzie has 6. Eric catching up. Eric places his 5th. Cooper trying to place his 5th. Mackenzie on her last dowel. If Mackenzie successfully lands it, Cooper drops. If Mackenzie lands this one, and it stays for 3 seconds, she wins. Eric's caught up. He has 6. He's trying to make it through the maze. Mackenzie slowly releasing. 3, 2, 1. Mackenzie wins immunity.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations, Mackenzie. There you go. You are safe from the vote. Guaranteed a spot. Yeah. As for one of the rest of you, you will become the next person voted out in this game. Y'all head back to camp.
The 3rd immunity necklace? I'm feeling amazing. Wow, that was electric. Jordan's not happy that I won, which is like, whatever. So I'm gonna vote for her. And I guess kind of whatever happens here happens. I think pretty much everyone's gonna vote for her. If she has an idol, then it's whoever she selects to go. If she doesn't, it's pretty clear cut. I feel really good about the game that I've played. I feel like I clawed my way up to top 4, and I'm very, very proud of myself. I know she didn't give me a high five, no nothing. It's okay.
She's like,
This one, yeah.
so Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, because it's like if we don't vote her here and she wins the next challenge.
No, it's
she
a
won't
lot
get
for me. It's
one.
You don't even have to convince me.
I think we're all on the same page. Jordan at the final tribal is going to win. No doubt about it. Like, no doubt in my mind. Because she literally just has all the blue girls that would vote for her in a heartbeat because they love her. They voted with her. They were loyal to her. She was loyal to them until the end. If I was them, I'd vote for her too.
Dude, I love you, man.
Yeah.
You're so fun. And it's Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. And I still feel like last vote, if she had an idol, she would have played it, and we can watch her.
I guess I'm the social pariah. 2, 2, 1.
So you're supposed to watch her make sure she gets on.
Yeah, no. My only option is Jordan, because otherwise it could be me. I think I've made myself a little more of a threat these past couple challenges, just winning them and being more of a visible game to everybody, which was the goal, because obviously I had everyone saying that I was the least likely to win at the final tribal. So there's only one vote, and it's Jordan.
like I told you last time, when I told you it was Jordan, that was the plan. Yeah.
I looked away for a second, poked my thing into the whole set, and it fell. I was like, girl.
I just found this. Congratulations, you found an immunity idol. The last time you can use this idol is when there are 5 players remaining in the game. So basically, an extra. I did this. This is incredible. Hunter McKnight, if you ever finds this, ask me out.
Yes, first of all, you stud. How you feeling?
I feel good. I think that we have a couple different routes, but I do think one might be better for us.
What do you want to do this round? I'll do whatever you want.
Jordan, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
We said you had a couple different paths, so.
Oh, no, I just mean like when we try to make it to 3, I still think it's better if we're sitting next to Cooper. I think if we're sitting next to Smitty, honestly, I think that they're so bitter that they don't consider our games and they vote them.
I'm with you. I'm down for that too. Should we throw a hanky vote on someone just in case you know something?
If you want to do that, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, that's fair. I would be the one to do it. You're safe with the necklace, obviously. I mean, it burns a bridge.
If she's gonna vote someone, it's gonna be you or it's gonna be
It's
him.
gonna be me.
Yes, it's gonna be you.
Yeah. You know, I'm a worst case scenario predictor. So Mackenzie winning immunity isn't good for me because if people are coming after us, now they're coming after me, not Mackenzie. I'm sure Jordan would love to get me out this round. It's risky either way, right? Because if I burn a bridge,
Yes.
if I vote for Smitty,
Right.
then he knows he needs to win immunity at the very least, and if he does, his phone, he could tie it up with Cooper.
Yeah.
I'm leaning strongly towards hoping that she doesn't have anything.
I'm gonna be so honest.
Ben, did you talk to Cooper? What did he say?
It's only the two.
You should have literally told us about if Mackenzie gets to the end, she's going to.
Mackenzie, her whole thing is, oh, well, like I was gonna be voted at the beginning, but my story has that too. Like when I got swapped onto the second Glare tribe, I was in the minority. Even the people on my team that didn't want to vote with me, they're both out of the game and I'm still here, right? And so the odds were so stacked against us. So if there's any underdog story that she has, I feel like I can do it too. He was doing it.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it.
So I'm just telling you, I think it's you. If you can do something, I mean, we have time.
I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to work with me because I came out here and it was 2 and 2, and everybody's like, "Oh, just give us a sec." So I might as well just go.
I mean, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's what you want to do, but I think you're kind of done for it if you don't find something right now. I don't have an idol, so even if I felt unsafe, can't use it. I think this is the last round to use it, so if anyone does have an idol, they're gonna use it.
It sounds like it's me. I think everyone's telling me it's me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the consensus. I just wanted to talk to you because it seems like you're upset with me.
I promise I'm not.
Jordan was mad that Mackenzie won because she wanted to get her out. Mackenzie knows that Jordan's been throwing her name out and Jordan's been throwing Mackenzie's name out. They're just butting heads.
I feel like Lucas has 2 sides of the story.
I swear, I was like, I have not been leading a charge on you.
But, okay, now I think, see,
I didn't even vote for you last time.
I know you did.
I didn't. Cooper said that you rolled your eyes when I won.
I literally just clapping and said good job. Like,
Okay. I just want. I didn't know if I did anything to upset you, but everybody is.
I mean,
Yeah.
you have a freaking beast.
These dudes have been coming out of nowhere.
I'm serious. Like, after all this is over and everything, like, I would love to, like, get your Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And, like, Yeah, I promise. Like, it's nothing against you personally. It's you as a game. You know what I mean?
Okay, so fair, so fair.
I would be the last Fenrir in the game if I vote out Jordan here, which is crazy to think I survived my tribe. I outlasted everyone from Fenrir. Let me tell you, did not see that happening. In my first confessional, I literally said, I think there's a 90% chance I go home first. Who would have thought there was a 90% chance I'd be the last Fenrir left?
I trust you fully.
Guys,
So.
Yeah.
It's us three.
And I trust
Yeah,
that
I'm
you're
doing
acting your self-interest because these two are likable, popular people.
I know.
That haven't betrayed anyone.
And also, like, think about
we
it,
have
Smitty
to go to
has
the
been
end
chosen
together.
How many
So many
times
times.
this year? These people
They
want
carry
to see
people.
Smitty do well.
Yeah.
100%.
We each have cool things. You have an awesome underdog story where you were like down so bad and came back and won 2 challenges. You won a bunch of challenges.
Yes, and like you
I
had all
feel
the odds
fine.
stacked against you. You feel fine.
I have no idea
No,
who would
I
win.
feel like
Truly.
I'm so happy with how I played this game, regardless of what happens. I told Mackenzie and Eric, like, I'm with them to the end. Do I think I can win? Honestly, I don't know. I think Mackenzie has a really good story. She has 3 immunity wins now. That's 1 more than me. Eric has none, but still a good story. He's a really strong player. I think it's anyone's game.
We will now bring in the members of the jury. Ben, Andrew, Phil, Kylie, Caitlin, Leanne, Colin, and Ethan voted out at the last tribal council. All right, final 5. We are getting down to the wire. So last vote was kind of crazy. It was not exactly straightforward. How do you move on from that?
I mean, I think we're all starting to think about, like, the end game here and, like, who we want to sit with at the end. And I think, you know, looking around, there's literally 5 of us left. 2 people go home. So I think that's just kind of, like, going through everyone's head, like, rapidly.
I also want to add, this last vote was a very, very, very last minute, quick decision. And there's a lot of other games that's been played before that. So we talked it out and we're just moving on from there.
Okay, yeah, so what do you look for in somebody that you want to bring to the end?
I think you look for somebody, I mean, I said it before, you want the people in the end who will bring you to the end, and at some point, it doesn't matter if you think that they can beat you or not, because if you're confident in your game and you can speak your story, you have a chance to beat anyone. I think, like Cooper said, and I think all of us said last round, you have a 0% chance to win this game if you don't make it. And so I would rather make it with 2 people who I'm not sure if I could beat than nobody at all. Yeah.
Same. I want to add too, if no one else has something. I think a lot of times, you know, when you watch a show, people overestimate or underestimate jury impact, and juries can be really hard to predict. Really, really hard. You can vote for any number of reasons under the sun. It can be game, it can be social, it can be anything. That's part of the beauty of Survivor, I think. So I think sometimes you can talk yourself into scenarios that don't even exist. So I agree with what you said. Yeah.
So Mackenzie, you won that challenge pretty handily. Your stack was pretty steady the whole time. So tell me how it feels to have that going into the final 4. Do you feel like that sets you up well?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty incredible. I feel like the first half of this game was extremely difficult for me. Felt like I was kind of clawing my way from the bottom and barely surviving each round. So being able to win 3 individual immunity idols is like a huge, like, breath of relief and an opportunity to try to foster relationships that I've already been trying to make.
So moving into this vote, how much of it is based off of, oh, like, I made a final 3 with y'all a long time ago, and how much of it is now based on, okay, I may have had a final 3 with these people, but now things are getting dicey, we're getting to the end?
From what it sounds like, it will be me today. So I feel like final 3s have kind of gone out the window a little bit there, which is disappointing, but fine. Yeah.
You were told straight to your face that it's you?
I was told by multiple people that other multiple people, you know, time and time again. So I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Did you have any pitch to them to keep you?
I mean, just like other people maybe are bigger threats and we can get them out or, you know, look at who maybe they're working with and, you know.
Okay. With that, it is time to vote. Jordan, you're up.
Spidey senses are tingling a little bit. I've been here before. This is not my first rodeo.
I've been saying this name since the beginning. Probably the biggest threat in the entire game. Jordan. I think, if not me, you probably deserve to win.
I'll retally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Can you give me a minute?
Okay, this is a real hidden immunity idol. All votes cast against Jordan will not count.
Wow. Wow. Good job, bro. That's awesome.
I'll read the votes.
Good job, Jordan. Yep, that was pretty dumb.
First vote, Jordan does not count. Jordan does not count. Jordan does not count. Jordan does not count. One vote left. Next person voted out of Survivor, the next member of our jury, Cooper.
I knew it.
Oh, wow.
That was so good.
Cooper, bring your torch. Cooper, the tribe has spoken.
Cooper.
Time for you to go.
Thank you guys. It was so much playing with y'all.
Cooper. Wow.
Congratulations on making it to the Final Four. You have one more decision to make. Y'all head back to camp.
Okay, let's do it.
What a game.
Wow.
That's
Good. That was so fire, guys.
Dude, we were so close! I did think I was gonna win, and I knew it. Oh, I should have just put my vote on Smitty. I was going to, and then I thought it's not worth it. I thought might need Smitty as protection, and he might not work with me if I vote for him. And I knew if Jordan had an idol, it was me, for sure. And I think she made the absolute right decision. I think I would have won if I had made it. Maybe not with Jordan next to me, but she wouldn't have been there. I would never have taken her. So, you know, played my heart out. This was such an awesome experience. I exceeded all my expectations. I won 2 challenges. I exiled people. I voted crazy. I had a blast. This was so much fun. The 5th place ain't too shabby. So, I don't know, maybe I'll be an all-star and I'll come back one day. But we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I hope my fans enjoyed my time, and damn, comes to an end. Peace out.
Oh my god, first blindside.
Yeah, hey, let's have like a family dinner. Like let's okay. I mean, if you want to tell us where you found, that was crazy. So did you just find it now?
Whoa. It was pretty. So she did have an idol. So happy for her. No, actually it was a really cool play. And honestly, I mean, it probably would have been better if she put the vote on Smitty, but it's okay. It's not Eric, and he's the one that I trust the most.
You spelled my name right.
I did it with an A.
Thanks, because we talked.
There's an old saying better to be lucky than good. And right now I feel very lucky and very bad at this game because I just dodged the biggest bullet that has ever been fired at my general direction. And, you know, I was about to go home with some serious regret because I was so close to throwing a vote on Smitty, who still thinks that we have a final 3. And I didn't.
I'll just speak for myself. I think you are going to win easily in the jury. And
I suck at like challenges.
That doesn't matter.
You know, so like
I love you. That was it, Jordan.
That was like
Simple.
I don't even know how you found that without because you were looking after we talked, right?
I have been working with Cooper and Schmitty a lot of the time, but I knew that they were voting me, and so I was like, basically, if I don't tell them, then I have the pick of the draw. So I like literally made the decision at the voting booth. Like I was like, okay, I feel like I can win against Smitty, and like obviously Mackenzie has immunity. So between the other two, like what boosts my odds? And really, Eric was more like, because I know he's working with Mackenzie, and so I was like, honestly though, I think I could pitch a girls' alliance to get to the end to Mackenzie, and then like I still think even though he voted for me, like I still think I could pull Smitty back in. So I'm curious to see how that goes from what I understand about their production or like whatever. Survival people is a big number actually.
I did hear that, yeah.
So I don't really
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think probably Eric has got more dirt on his hands, so I feel like we'd have a better chance of beating him. Honestly, I don't think I stand a chance against you. I just don't. I think I've upset too many people, even with wins and like anything else that I could try to scrounge. Like it is what it is. If I lost to you, deserved. You know what I mean? Hopefully, what happens here is once again, hopefully, Jordan loses and the three of us can just slide into victory by voting her out. Worst case scenario for me here is that Jordan wins and Smitty expects for me to vote Eric. And of course Eric would expect the opposite. And I would have to burn one of them. I pretty much have been working with Eric since the start of the game. I really like Smitty, so I really hope that doesn't happen. I would just like to sit up there with both of them.
That could have gone greater because even though Jordan's still here, which sucks, but like obviously we all know we want to get her out. And now we really need to get her out.
We need her now to win.
Because she just had a huge play right at the finale.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Me too.
We have to win this movie for us, but also like individually.
We just need to make sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think people really seem to like love him. He's a super charismatic guy. He's very hard not to love. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but right now I'm just focused on winning the next immunity. Couldn't hurt, you know? I feel like I'm already fighting an uphill battle with jury, so what's one more, you know?
like going in. I knew y'all were going.
Did you have that before we talked?
So I definitely need to talk to Smitty and see how he's feeling and maybe just kind of like share some of my thoughts, because if I can pull him in, then I think I could get it to at least 2-2, like at least a tie. Here's what I'm thinking. Like if you're really, I understand like not wanting to throw your game away, sticking to
Yeah,
it.
I didn't know you had now.
I also was like, I know everybody's voting for me, and I didn't want, if I said something, it to get out and then it's a flip.
Yes, that's
like,
the fair
let
thing
me
for
just like take out the person that I think would be best for us.
I think I warned you.
Here's what, yeah, I appreciate that. That builds trust for sure. Here's what I'm thinking. Mackenzie and Eric, we know they're working.
Absolutely.
So either you join them and I'm
Toast.
sad.
Yeah.
Or we can stay together and make it interesting. I feel like I can maybe win, maybe talk my way in, but if not, like I have made fire with Flint, And so I'm kind of hoping that, like, if that's the worst case scenario, because I think that's what is happening, then there's somebody there that hasn't, and I can maybe just squeeze by. Because I really think, like, I feel so good if I can just get through, like, this literally one last.
Ooh, it's real. Oh my god. Didn't think I would ever see one of these things.
I'm gonna give it to Eric because I think he deserves it. I don't know if he's been on any quests, but I'd like to give him a shot against Jordan in the finale.
Welcome to Cider, an ancient form of Norse magic. You are the seer. You now have a decision to make. Would the final 4 elimination be decided by a vote or by a fire-making competition? If you select a vote, the round will proceed as normal. If you select fire-making competition, the immunity winner will choose 1 player to bring with them to the final 3, and the remaining 2 players will face off. Well, Cooper, thank you. Thank you. I love you so much for letting me make this decision. I don't do well with fire, so we're gonna go vote. I'm choosing vote because this game comes down to getting Jordan out. So fire making gives Jordan 2 chances at getting immunity. Vote gives her 1 chance, and I can do that math right now, even though my brain is very discombobulated. I gotta give you a heads up. I got to go to the seer.
Really?
Finally.
What'd you do?
I got to choose if it was a vote or fire making.
What'd you do?
Vote, obviously.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. The way I looked at it is fire making gives Jordan 2 chances to get there.
Yeah.
This gives her 1 chance.
That's smart.
It's easy, no brainer, right?
Can you tell me, Mackenzie?
Yeah, come here. Going into this challenge, it is do or die. I believe in my talking ability, but I gotta think Jordan's a slam dunk to win this game if she gets there.
What's the seer power?
New era fire making or the traditional vote.
What'd you go with?
Vote.
Great.
Of course.
Perfect.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
just want to let you know.
Cool.
I don't see a need to tell Jordan.
No.
I'm not saying I'm giving up, but if she wins, God, we're in a world of hurt. So it's time for me to actually win one of these things, and failing that, Mackenzie or Smitty to win. The good news is I have the 2 ringers on my team, and if Jordan does win, you know, oops, sorry, Smitty.
Come on in, guys. Welcome, Final 4. How does it feel?
Unbelievable, man. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Made it really far. There were a lot more people here yesterday. All right, so first things first, I will take back immunity. Thank you, Mackenzie. All right, once again, immunity is back up for grabs for the last time this season. All right, here's how this challenge is going to work. In front of you are 4 bags of puzzle pieces. You must fit them in the frame so that the top of the puzzle is completely flush. I have helped you out. Each bag includes all the pieces for 1 quadrant of the puzzle. Any questions on how this is going to work? All right, if you pick your spots, we'll get started. Survivors ready? Go! Silent. Everyone is so focused. This is a really difficult puzzle. Jordan's still looking for 1 piece that fits. Smitty, Mackenzie, and Eric all trying pieces, taking them out. Once you get 1 quadrant, this puzzle becomes a lot easier because the design starts to make sense. Smitty thinks he's getting some pieces. Smitty seems to be making some headway. Everyone's hands shaking. Jordan still can't seem to find pieces that fit. Smitty's making progress. Quickly, Smitty's on his second bag. Mackenzie looks like she's getting some pieces. Eric looks like he's getting some pieces. Jordan having trouble. Smitty finishes second quadrant, opening his third bag. Jordan finally getting some pieces in. Mackenzie has her first quadrant. Mackenzie and Eric working on their second quadrants. Smitty finishes his third quadrant, opening his final bag.
Good job, Smitty. You'll have to teach me this one later. Maybe.
Jordan is still working on her first quadrant. Mackenzie making good headway into her second. Eric also making headway.
Is it too little, too late?
It might be too little, too late. We gotta dig deep. This is the final challenge of the season. How bad do you want this?
I don't know.
I don't know if my desires are going to factor into the outcome.
Think about $750.
I'm trying. I'm just being realistic here.
Jordan's finished her first quadrant. Smitty getting dangerously close. It would take a miracle for him to catch up at this point. But we've seen miracles this season.
That's crazy.
Smitty, please let me finish my second quadrant, okay?
And how long would that take?
About 30 seconds for the last. Oh, I'm on one last piece.
Okay.
Eric finishes his second quadrant.
Yeah!
Mackenzie almost done with her second. This is a neck-and-neck race. Smitty rearranging some things. His final quadrant does not seem right. He has 2 more pieces left. Will they fit? And they do! Smitty wins immunity, guaranteed a spot in the final 3. Congratulations, Smitty. Come on up, get your immunity for the final time. Alright. Smitty, you are guaranteed a spot in the final 3 where you will get to plead your case to the jury. As for one of the rest of you, you will become the final juror. Alright, I'll give you some back again. Strategize, and I'll see you trouble.
Oh my gosh. I'm shaking, I'm tingling right now. Like, my feet are so numb right now. And it wasn't during the challenge, it was when I got up and realized that I won. Like, I had so much head rush. Now I just have to make sure I don't make a mistake.
Because here's what I'm thinking, like, if anything you want to say from the tribal is, like, play the horror game or anything, like, voting me out, obviously. But also, like, that they're holding me a duty. Just me up here.
I'll just talk to everyone. Yeah, can I talk to everyone real quick? I'm just gonna say, 1, I love you all. and we have all, like, I played this game with all three of you. I'm gonna end up hurting someone's feelings today, and obviously I hope you know it's not personal. I hope you know from my gameplay that I've been genuine, I've been kind to you, I haven't just BS to your face, and I hope that you know that whatever decision I do make, it's not personal, it's purely game, and it's positioning myself to win. I really did not think I was going to win that, and it just kind of happened. I'm so thankful that I've been able to do this with y'all. I mean, regardless, y'all are so awesome. I came in here not knowing anyone. I know none of us did, but it's just scary. I know y'all know that, and I can definitely say that I genuinely made 3 good friends, even people in the jury, right? And so
Right back at you, Smith.
I love y'all all, and whatever I do, I know that y'all won't take it personally.
I lost. Sad. Smitty won. I had been trying to at least convince him to force a tie so that I can make fire. And so I'm gonna try to pitch my case and see what happens. I'm not giving up just because I lost, but from what I hear, the situation sounds bleak. But we're gonna keep fighting and see what happens. So yeah, I definitely need to talk to Smitty. Is there anything that I can do to convince you to I feel like this is just my perspective. I feel like Mackenzie's played a really good game, and I feel like it would come down to one of us. And so my thing is just let us make fire. That's what we went.
Is that what you said?
We were just kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of where my headspace is at, you know? Yeah. So, and it really what it boils down to is which one of us do you want sitting there? I feel like the other two are locked, which is kind of my whole thing right now with getting Smitty locked with me is pitching them as a duo. But anyways, I'm just my thoughts are all over the place because I'm trying to figure out if there's any possible way I can scoop A one more.
I'm so happy we found the idol last round. I really am, because that's why I told you, you gotta look for it because it was you. Because I care about you so much, I told you, my choice is between you and Mackenzie. I think we're gonna just... Okay.
I kind of wanted to make fire. No, I'm not gonna risk it, but that would have been fun. I'm not gonna put that in the universe, but I think Eric and I are at least gonna do 2 on Jordan. Smitty has been telling me all day that he wants to take me to final 2, so I'm hoping that he either puts 1 on Jordan or if he puts 1 on Eric, hopefully it won't matter.
We've been talking a lot. I don't know if it's good to break it up, but
Jordan's pitching Smitty to vote out Mackenzie, and Smitty feels bad. He feels bad for Jordan, and Jordan's pitch is a good one. It's, hey, take pity on me. Put it to fire. Give me a fighting chance. And I think that's appealing to the sense of competition and fairness in Smitty. This vote's going to come down to whether Smitty goes with our final 3 that we had agreed to on day 1 that was well, it's become true in a way. And the other option is Smitty has an emotional decision and puts Mackenzie in fire.
Literally, it's a game. I am not an emotional person.
I know, but I am.
That's okay.
Oh my God, Jordan, I love you so much. And I feel so bad because I literally feel like I have your game in my hand. I love you, Jordan.
Dude, the reason that I played with you yesterday is because you fucking killed me. Your challenge piece, you're strategic, you played an idol, one of the most things.
Pretty sure Jordan's voting for me. We both told each other we were voting for each other. And it's just, I don't know, there's just such a bittersweetness about it because it's the last 2 rounds I feel like I've gotten the closest to her out of this whole game, and it has just been out of the fact that we've just been really honest with each other. I don't know, I just feel like I hurt so many people's feelings, and I feel like I broke promises, and I feel like the jury is really going to respect that. Yeah. Well, yeah, but you're a good player. You're a player, so you. I know. Real recognizes real, and that sucks too because it's I also would love to see a female winner. I do agree. I think it's going to be one of us. it feels good to be able to tell someone like, hey, I'm doing this, and not like if they leave, it's this huge blindside. I'm glad we get to finally be honest with each other.
I know, really.
Like, we talked about being honest, and now it's just like, gonna do this. So we'll see what happens, but at the very least, I think it's gonna split 2-2. At most, it's a unanimous 3, and the 3 of us stroll into the final tribal council together.
I'm really not sure what I'm going to do yet, because I don't want to break promises. So I have to just tiptoe, and hopefully the person that we end up sending home knows it's just the game and ends up voting for me to win. I'm so scared.
Now bring in the members of the jury. Ben, Andrew, Phil, Kylie, Caitlin, Leanne, Colin, Ethan, and Cooper voted out at the last tribal council. Final 4. Smitty, I see you have the necklace around your neck. How does that feel?
You know, it's crazy because, I don't know, I was at a point so early in this game when we swapped tribes to where I really thought I was gonna be very soon, if not next. And then we had a vote, and it kind of felt even more clear that I was gonna be very soon, if not next. And I felt so low, and today I woke up and I think it was just a new day for me, and I'm just so grateful for this experience and the people I've got to do it with, and shoot. I'm very happy. I feel very good, and this has just been awesome, amazing experience.
All right. Yeah. So now we're down to the final vote of the season. The person voted out here will become the final member of the jury. What have conversations been like regarding that vote?
It's Jordan. It's Jordan. It's Jordan. Is there anything I can do to change your mind? It's Jordan. It's Jordan. It's Jordan.
So what's your pitch to them to keep you?
My pitch to, my pitch was to him, because he's got the necklace on. And I basically said, listen, I think that Mackenzie or I will win. And so I said that I think if anything, why don't you just like put us in the fire, and then that's when we come out.
If I wasn't here thinking that I had the best chance to win, I don't know if I would have been playing right this whole time. And for me, I've loved all of y'all, and this is definitely the hardest decision I've had to make. I have made it, and yeah, I think if personally I were to go in and be voting to just almost king make one of y'all, not that I would be, I don't think I played the game right, and that's not the game that I think I did play. So yeah,
It's a sign of respect. I think Jordan wins, and it's as simple as that. We saw all the answers to the trivia challenge. To quote Jordan, it's Jordan, it's Jordan. And I hope it's an understandable decision however it shakes out, and I really respect you a lot as a person and a player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would also mimic that sentiment that Jordan's just so cool, and she's so likable, and she's been so much fun to play the game with, and also incredible at the game. That idol play was so good. And also, I don't think I have a lot of friends on the jury, so I think bringing me is a better decision.
I think it's super emotional. So emotional, in fact, that I literally just cried to 3 people about it. And I don't cry, but I feel like we've all put so much into this game, and it's the type of stuff that brings you out of you. And if I'm not crying for something that I'm putting my all into, then maybe I'm not doing that. And so I hope that y'all can all see that I really care about y'all. but we're here to play a game.
Okay. With that, it's time to vote. Eric, you're up.
Cue the hero music.
This isn't the first vote you've gotten from me, and it might not be the last.
Girl, how many times am I gonna write your name down? I'm gonna spell it right this time, though.
I'll go tally the votes. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jordan. Mackenzie. 1 vote Jordan, 1 vote Mackenzie. Jordan. 2 votes Jordan, 1 vote Mackenzie, 1 vote left. The final person voted out, and the last member of our jury, Jordan. Jordan, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Final 3, you have made it as far as you can go in this game. Now, the power shifts to the jury. Shortly, you will plead your case to them, and then they will cast a vote for the winner of this season. All right, y'all head back to camp.
Well, I just got voted out, and it was definitely expected. I had conversations with everybody, and they all said, like, it's you. And I pitched a different idea to everybody, and they're like, it's you.
You're a rock star. You played an incredible game. It was so cool getting to know you more. Not know you more, but joke around with you more and be a little bit more honest and light with you the past 2 rounds, since we basically were like, I'm going for you. I'm going for you. I had a lot of fun playing with you.
I think the vote's pretty simple right now. I know either way it's not me. I have voted for you 2 times in a row. This will be number 3. Maybe you're the dragon, but that might make me the dragon slayer. I love you, Jordan.
I had literally so much fun. I said this in one of my other confessionals, but like, I've imagined myself playing Survivor for years, like probably since I was like 9 or 10, and this is like what I've always dreamed my like experience would be like. Like, everything just fell into place perfectly, and I had so much fun.
Great job, guys.
But we got there. Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff happened, but this 3 stayed the whole time. So what had to be done had to be done. I think I can articulate my game enough that I would win against anyone, but the one thing that Jordan had that no one else did was the idle play at the tribal council right before that no one knew about. And unfortunately, that just is a lot steeper of a hill to climb. It sucks, but I had to do it, and she knows that I love her.
I was a little bit worried. Are you okay? I know, it's really, really hard. I know.
Because I love all of y'all, and like, so, I mean, but we had our final 3, and that's why it was so hard. Because I knew we were all voting for her, but she saw her only opportunity as me, and so it felt like I had literally her game in my hands. I don't know why I'm so emotional about this. I've never done this before.
I cried about.
I know you.
I was crying. Yeah, I cried a couple.
And look at you here. When you were crying, I consoled you, and now you're consoled.
I know. You're not a bad guy. It's just part of the game. It's very emotional. We bonded so much over the past few days. Like, all of us. It's like.
I think a big thing that's going to come up is that Mackenzie and Eric played very similar games. I think that they can say, honestly, that me and Mackenzie played similar games, but I think the thing that differentiates me from Mackenzie is, you know, her underdog story relied on me and Eric pulling her up. My underdog story relied on me working with the other tribes when I got swapped onto him, coming into merge and not having anybody. I feel like my underdog stories means more because I controlled it myself. I made relationships with everyone, even people that weren't on my tribes, and they were genuine, they were real. I tried to keep my word as much as possible, but in this game, you have to do what you have to do because you're playing for yourself. Thank you so much for just being here with me.
Of course. I get it.
I did try to lay low at the beginning and kind of play dumb, but I don't know. A big part was whenever we had the challenge, the answer for who was not going to win at the final 3 was me. And look who's there now.
It's gonna be so fun to see after everything that happened. We're gonna be like there's probably stuff that I said that I didn't even think, and you're gonna be like, why was he saying that?
I can't believe I made it. I am so for real. I cannot believe I made it. I texted my boyfriend at the end of the first night, and I was like, it's a miracle that I made it here. I won't be making it far tomorrow. And then another day goes by, and I thought, surely I'm not gonna make it here. I'm getting lied to again. It's gonna be me. My name's always thrown out there, and we made it to the next day again.
I'm so proud of this, Mackenzie.
I'm proud of this too.
So fun.
I know, and I was really down for the count yesterday.
Yeah,
I was mentally checked out, so I'm glad that I rallied because I was like, there's no way that I'm even making it past 9.
It didn't seem good.
No.
It didn't seem good.
No, it was
But
real bleak.
We turned it around.
I'm very proud of us. It played out so perfectly, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure half the jury hates me. And I am sorry, but it is a game, and I played it very well. My goal for the final tribal council is to apologize for any hurt feelings, but take ownership of my game. We made it to the end.
We didn't know and controlled every single voter close to it.
Yeah.
And it was so fun doing this with you.
It was so much fun.
Oh my god. My favorite ride or die.
I'm so glad we pulled it off.
I know, it's gonna be fun to talk about.
I was clawing myself up from the bottom. I didn't know who I could trust, and I had to kind of lay low until I had little pockets that I could make moves in. No one ever gave me a seer advantage. Everyone who went out the door gave me nothing. I survived through so many tribals where my name was out. So I'm just going to try to appeal to the gamers on the jury while also trying to let everybody know that if I made a decision that hurt their feelings, that it wasn't personal, and it wasn't like nothing to me. They weren't indispensable or just like a pawn. I really made connections, I feel like, with a lot of people, and some of the votes for me were really emotional. I hope that they're able to look past that and maybe see the struggles that I also went through that put me in that position.
They're forgiving bunch down here in Texas, right?
I would hope so.
That's what
I'm going to beg for it. I certainly am.
I just hope that they're the types to actually, like, you know, separate games from real life.
Yeah.
And not hold grudges on that front. But honestly, wouldn't blame them if they did.
Oh, this feels surreal, man. It's almost sad. I've played a lot of these. I've spent a lot of my free time paying money to play fake Survivor in the woods, and I love it. This game, this community has meant a lot to me, and you know, even though I've gotten on a reality show now, I'll never like to stop playing these things because it's just such a joy. So this is my first final tribal council, and I don't want to say how many attempts. Finally got there, and I'm very happy with that fact. So I'm just kind of taking a moment to soak it all in, feel proud of myself for the things I did get right this game, and then it's battle focus. It's going to come down to how the jury feels about the massive liar and dirty backstabber. I didn't come here to get third or second to Smitty. No shot. Like, I mean, this is clear cut. If it's a popularity contest, if it's who's cooler or who's funnier or who's more likable, I think Smitty is going to take that one. I can win on gameplay. I can win on strategy. And the way I'm going to do that is by making Smitty my final victim who I'm gonna throw under the bus because I know a lot of things that Smitty doesn't know, and I think he's gonna be very surprised when I come in swinging with a right hook in this final tribal council.
All right, we will now bring in the members of the jury. Ben, Andrew, Phil, Kylie, Caitlin, Leanne, Colin, Ethan, Cooper, and Jordan voted out at the last tribal council. All right. Congratulations, Final Three, on making it this far. Now, the game is not in your hands anymore. It is in the hands of the jury, the people you have voted out. All right, we will start with opening statements from y'all.
I think to start off, I think making sure that I let y'all know that the basis of my game was genuine, true relationships. When I was being friendly to you, it wasn't because I wanted your vote. It wasn't because I wanted to get on your side. I actually did make relationships with y'all, and I hope y'all can see that by me asking those questions, wanting to get y'all know y'all better. I did have to say things, and there's some, I guess, lies that I did have to tell, I'm sure y'all know. There's also things that I probably had to go back on that maybe I insinuated a promise and I didn't keep through with it. But I think that is part of the game, because at the end of the day, is it worth going back on that and not making it further, or going back on it and getting here to the final three? There is one big lie that I didn't get to tell anybody. I am not a meteorology weather boy major anymore. I am actually pursuing a professional program in accounting with a master's degree in finance. So there are a lot of y'all that had accounting and finance backgrounds. I heard PPA come up many times. That's the program I'm in, and it just killed me not to say something because that's what I'm so passionate about. The reason I didn't say all that is because at the beginning of the game, I wanted to make sure everyone saw me as a friendly guy. The biggest part that hit me was whenever we got to the questionnaire immunity, and there was one person who had the most votes for who would not win at the final tribal council. There's also one person that voted for that person in that challenge correctly, and that was me, because I voted for myself. I think that is whenever I kicked on the game. That's whenever I started intentionally winning immunity challenges. That's whenever I unfortunately had to use an idol that was expired. We can talk about that later. But I'm so thankful for this experience. And if there's anything that you would like me to answer, questions, differentiate myself from these two, I am an open book. I think you'll know that. I would love to do that. I have some great answers prepared for you. Thank you so much, guys.
I want to say first that this has been so fun. I love these games because they bring people together who are either down for an adventure or who are Survivor super fans like me. I think that if this is a popularity contest or who you want to hang out with the most, I don't really hold a candle to Smitty. But I believe that I knew where the votes were going better than anybody in this game besides Mackenzie, and that's because Mackenzie and I have been ride or dies from the second this game started, something Smitty didn't know. What's more, we actually had a final three with Cooper. There was our real final three. This Smitty also didn't know about. So I just want to point out that Smitty, I hate to say it, man, I love you, but you didn't control the game, I don't think, as much as me and Mackenzie did out here. We had a hell of a run, and from the time we got swapped, where we were in the minority, we were able to get Cooper to flip, I think because of my relationship with Cooper in large part, and also with Kylie and Caitlin, with you two, building the strong bond that I meant. Because I came here to play and to lie a lot, and there's no doubt about it, I'm the biggest liar here, for sure. So I'm here to just say that I want to own my game fully. I'm very proud of the game, but I also respect Survivor a lot because you can vote however you want. I'll have no hard feelings. Can't wait to hear your questions, and let's get to it.
I've been really nervous to talk to you all because I had so much fun playing with everybody, but I do feel like I want to apologize to whoever I ended up having to lie to or give false promises to. Caitlin in particular, yours ate me up. When I told you this morning that I would tell you if your name was out and then I wouldn't write it down, that was before I knew that the majority wanted to go that way, and I felt like that was the best thing for me to do. But I just want you to know, I'm so sorry to everybody else, but like, this is not how I am in real life, and some of the decisions that I had to make in the game were really uncomfortable, but I do feel like strategically they were the best decisions for me. I am sitting up here. I did have a couple final threes. One of them did pan out. I think I played a really well-rounded game. From the very beginning, I was at the bottom. I was crawling my way out every single vote. I think that I was able to, in those situations, use my social skills to at least make it to another tribe, where I was then able again to use my social skills to not only save myself, but my number one ally, which was huge for me. Coming into today, I felt like I really found my footing and I was able to kick my game up. Physically, I was able to win 3 individual immunities. Yesterday, when I found the idol, I didn't know who to trust. I was so afraid of all the connections here, and so I didn't share that with anybody until I felt like I needed to, which was the double elimination, where I knew I was immediately on the chopping block. And I was trying really hard to make connections with some of the women on my tribe, and they just kept throwing my name out, throwing my name out, throwing my name out. So I went up to 4 people, and I said, look, I have the hidden idol. I'm going to use it today. This is a token of trust. I'm trying to build with you moving forward. I tried to stay in the majority as much as I could. It was really hard sometimes because I was making connections with people who were outside of that majority. And once again, I'm really sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I do take full accountability for my game. And I'm very proud of myself. And it was really nice to play with all of you and meet you. So, looking forward to hearing your questions.
All right, guys. So first off, congratulations to you 3. I think you guys are well deserved. I think all of you guys have a chance to win this game. I want you guys to own your games. I think honestly, a lot of us here are undecided right now. So please, just like I want this to be a battle between you guys, but also like we're having fun. This is a game, but also like all of you can win. So please try your best to tell us why you should win. Selfishly, also happy to see 3 former Galere members here. That's awesome, especially because we came into the merge with a minority. It
wasn't looking good for a hot
second. It wasn't. But as for my question, I have one question for one player, and that's for Smitty. I figured you might think this was coming. Mm-hmm. I just want to hear a lot more about your reasoning because, so for those of you who don't know, when I was exiled, I received an advantage in the game, which was the selfless immunity idol. And so I thought potentially I could trust Smitty in order to give him that advantage to play onto me and save me at that tribal, the one right before the merge. And when I gave it to him, he said, I would do that for you. And as the round continued and he talked to more people, he decided that it was best for him to not do it. So I just kind of want to hear, because it was at very last minute that you kind of told me that you weren't going to do it. So I want to hear kind of what you were thinking about that round and why you wanted to keep that for yourself.
For context, that idol that I did play on Cooper was not something that I had found from a seer mission. It was from Ben. We did talk, and you said that you would understand if I couldn't use it on you. I told you I would tell you no matter what before we went what I would do. When we switched onto that tribe, I knew that we had a minority. It was 4-3. What I also knew was that Brooke and Andrew did have extra votes. When Andrew didn't vote with us, with me and Brooke went home, I not only knew that I had to do whatever I could to make relationships with people where they would believe that it was potentially me that did vote with them, the old Fenrir, but I also knew that there was a pretty good chance, because Andrew was the one that voted with them, that I was next up. And so when you came back, I knew that it was either me or you. I knew whether it was me or you, that person was probably going next no matter what. The only option that I had to move forward and make it past the next vote, because we didn't know we were merging next, was to vote with them and hope that we won immunity. Otherwise, if I didn't vote with them and I stuck out for you, we would still be in a minority, because I thought that Andrew wasn't with us and evidently he wasn't.
Okay. I love you no matter what. Like, I understand it from a game perspective. I was hurt, but I still love you no matter what. So.
Thank you, Ben. I love you too.
Unlike Ben, I'm not really sure if anybody here deserves my vote yet. But my question is mostly for Smitty, I feel like Mackenzie and Eric, you two had very similar games, but Smitty, can you give me an instance where you successfully cognitively outwitted somebody? So I know you mentioned his idol. I wouldn't call that a success. So can you give me an example when you did that?
One of the biggest moves I made was when Caitlin went home. Colin could have an idol, and Colin was telling us to go up Jordan. And so I said, why don't we just do Caitlin? Because unfortunately, I don't think that out of the 4 people that were still there, they would use the idol on you, and I don't think that they would think that we were using the idol on you.
It was a successful move, but not a beneficial one for your game, because the way that actually worked out was, Kaylin, I didn't personally want to see you go or anything like that, but when Smitty switched the vote onto you, it worked out great because you knew my secrets. You and Kylie both did. I told you a lot of things that you could have used to hurt me a lot, and when he flipped the vote on you, it takes out someone who knows where my bodies are buried, and it makes him and Ethan, I think, who also was a big role in leading that charge, look like the ringleaders. But you're actually taking out people that aren't necessarily the best for my game. So we were happy to let that go run its course, and then when we got to top 8, top 7, you were in a lot more trouble, Smitty, than you realized.
Yeah, well, I should respond to that then. That's funny because I knew, again, that I had people that would keep me over her, and if I voted one of my people out, then I was way quicker on the chopping block. If I was in trouble, I did win immunities, and I started to because I knew I had to. I won the final immunity because I knew that I don't think I would be here if I didn't win it. And whether or not y'all want to admit that or not, I think coming into it...
No, we were going to take you over Jordan.
Well, you all can say that, but I don't believe that.
Okay.
We definitely were.
Okay, you can say that.
Too good.
I do want to say that I won immunities when I had to. I made moves when I had to. I don't think that wasn't a beneficial move for me because I am here, and the people that I relied upon to get here were the people that brought me here.
Only the jury knows for sure, but
yeah, absolutely.
I heard you and Ethan both getting a lot of heat for leading so many votes.
Well, if I led the votes and I'm still here, I think that's a really good thing, actually. So thank you.
This speaks to Survivor, because you are still here, and I would be the first to give you credit for winning immunity and for benefiting from some twists, like the split tribal councils and things like that. You got here however you did. I'm just saying it wasn't by outwitting. That's for sure. It was by outplaying, and that's part of the game.
I think there was a lot of strategy into it, but thank you for telling people that I led votes. I like that.
You led some votes.
Yeah,
a lot.
If Ned was to do a second season, Heroes versus Villains, would you be a hero or a villain, and why?
I would be a villain. There's no way around it. Of course I would. I just view these games that way, and I know that not everyone here does, and so that's why I understand if anyone doesn't like me or doesn't want to vote for me, and it's part of the game, and I'll embrace it. I'll be the first to say, I deserve it, right? But I come in here to lie, and lie some more, and I did that because I wanted to play a game that I'd be proud of. And I view this game as a contract. We all agree. We know that it's a lying game. So we come in, we can lie. That's part of the game. You can play however you want. That's how I wanted to play, to give myself the best shot of making it to the end. And you can't do that if you're not lying. So that's why I lied to you, Kylie, and told you that I was really scared about an idol at the final 10 and got you. And I don't feel bad about much, I gotta be honest, but this is one that I might feel bad about. But I got you to throw a rogue vote on Ethan because I knew the votes were 5-5, and by doing that, that would give us the majority.
I would definitely be a hero, but it's not because I want to be. I think my story, I think, Mackenzie has an underdog story. I think my underdog story is a lot better. I mean, it's nothing to hers. You were at the bottom at the beginning, and I was one of the people who helped you get out of that. I was at the bottom right after, and I had to use my social skills and my social game to make connections with people I'd never met who were already against me because I didn't have the numbers in order to survive. And unfortunately, that required losing people who were my closest allies. Like going into the swap, my closest allies, I thought, were Andrew, Ben, and Brooke. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be that way, and so I had to adapt. Like you said, Eric, that you felt like you always knew where the boats were.
Not literally always.
Yeah,
but
no, so
good amount.
Yeah, of course. I felt like I always did too, but I didn't. I think there were many times where I was shocked. Jordan's idol, I was always having to fight to survive, and I was never guaranteed anything like these other people were. I had probably the hardest path of everyone up here, but I survived, and that's this game.
Why do you think your path was the hardest?
Well, because I had been in so many situations. I was literally at 3 straight tribal councils where I could have gone home if I didn't do something to save myself. Whether that
You're
be
making a case against yourself right now.
I was just gonna say, when I like that you guys are deliberating and like you'll try to rebut each other, but I would just like for you to answer the question.
Yeah.
Understand.
So,
Can I finish?
I just really wanted to hear actually what Mackenzie had to say.
Okay.
Thank you. I really would have liked to come in here and play a very hero game. I think I would kind of describe it as anti-hero. I think I was sort of forced into a position where I couldn't be what I wanted to be, which is very honest, very direct, make some like great connections and be in a majority. I'll try to keep it very succinct, but I think that I just want to add on real quick to what you said about how my underdog story is not as good. I didn't have anything handed to me. I think I cracked the code on the seer thing. I think when someone gets voted out, they give an advantage to someone still in the game. I never received one of those, so I don't know what handouts that I had gotten, but it wasn't one of those ever. Yeah, I think I started off really trying to play an honest, straightforward game. That wasn't working for me. There was talk of a boys' alliance. All the girls wanted me out. So at some point, once I got better footing, I had to be a little bit of a villain, I felt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
My question is for Eric and Mackenzie. Got to work with y'all just a little bit after the tribe swap and see your gameplay from, I don't know, an outside point of view. So that being said, I would like to hear a few, or one, doesn't matter, specific strategic moves that y'all made to get yourself here in this position, and what role, if any, loyalty played in your gameplay.
As far as specific moves that we made, I would say there were a few. I mean, there were quite a few. One was going to you and Kaylin and Cooper and Ethan, you already know, I'm sure, but threw you under the bus. And what I did was I talked about how you're very gung-ho about getting all the guys together at the start of the game. And I think that helped solidify our trust a little bit further. Colin, I understand you had an idol and didn't play it. And I think that's because I lied to you and really convinced you that you didn't need to play it. The final 6 vote, I do want to take full credit for that because that was where we got out Ethan. And I was really the one who saw the necessity in doing that, just because that kept control in the game for us.
Strategically, especially in the first half of the game, it's a little bit difficult when people aren't sharing information with you. So it felt like the only tool that I had at the first day was just being observant, seeing who's talking to who, who's not talking to who, who's sharing things with me, like what kind of one-sided relationships am I experiencing. I think a big thing that I had noticed was the closeness of Phil and Rebecca. At first, I thought, oh, maybe they just know each other, and then I started paying closer attention. Seemed like it was a picture of her on the lock screen. They held the same car together. Rebecca did not want me in the game, so that was easy enough. I also noticed that Ethan and Jordan were close. Ethan would make jokes to her during other games that he wasn't making with other people. Jordan can't swim. She's messing up at this point.
I saw that too.
Yeah. No, yeah. And like, he wasn't doing that. And then he would ask the name of other women. So I'm like, okay, well, there's some familiarity there. Those are the sort of things that I was able to like clock in the game and then be able to sprinkle in when I thought it would be advantageous. As far as loyalty goes, I think being as loyal as I would love to be in a game like this is just not realistic. I was genuine in my loyalty to a lot of you up until the moment, obviously, that I was not. You know, you can be loyal with 6 people, but at some time that 6 needs to become a 3, and you need to figure out where you belong in that 3.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for all three of you. Whose gameplay do you respect the most, and why? And I'd like to expand that to the jury.
I will say I respect Ethan the most. This is not a whatever at you. We were aligned. We were very closely aligned. But I will say that Ethan always kept it 100 with me. He's silly. He was always honest with me, and it did benefit my game greatly. I would not be here without Ethan. Love you, Schmitty. I love you too, man.
My answer is Jordan, but I also want to give a quick kudos to Cooper, because I know a lot of people were upset about the flip. I think it was really cool that he felt that he was at the bottom of his tribe and took control of the game in his hands, and I think it worked out really well for him. I know people are upset. I think it was rad. Jordan, I think you played a phenomenal social strategic game. Do you know how hard it was to get you out? Like, I tried so much and it just never took every time, because I could tell you're just so good at the game, and that idle play, amazing.
I'm going to give, slightly kiss-assy answer and say that I'm excited to hear a lot of games from other people, because I know I didn't get to understand a lot of people's games, especially Phil, because you were just going after me really hard. So don't really know the first thing about your game, but I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know that's been going on. But from my point of view, from the information I have to give it to Jordan here, because I respect the hustle, the effort, and the never say die attitude a lot. That really speaks to me, and that's why I kept you in the game as long as I could. That's why I couldn't let you get taken out at 6, because I needed someone at 4 who definitely would take that bullet, and that's because I think you did play a phenomenal game.
Hopefully my question serves as a little bit of a palate cleanser. But obviously you guys have a love for the game, otherwise you wouldn't be here in competition, so I figured I'd give you guys one last challenge. So currently my vote is undecided, so the first person to answer this question correctly, and you can call out your answer as many times as you want until you get it right, will get my vote. So the question is, what is my animal that was used in the competition?
Elephant.
Done. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We got one. At least we had one.
I just want to state, Schmitty, I think you played an amazing game. But my question is for Mackenzie and Eric. Y'all keep talking about how y'all were day one alliance, and that y'all played the game together the whole way through, pretty much. What are some plays that y'all did individually that left the other one out that differentiates your game?
I didn't do anything in this game against Mackenzie or without her knowledge, but I think what separates us is that I think that I helped get Mackenzie through the pre-merge, and some people can help clarify this maybe. Like I said, I don't know all the information, but from my perspective, Mackenzie was in a lot of trouble, and I put in a lot of work to keep her around.
Yes. Also, when I found the idol and I decided that I wanted to reveal it to 4 people, it was like not a thing where I had to ask permission to Eric. I made my moves and we talked later. He did not like that I necessarily did that, but I felt that from the bottom I didn't really have many chances, so I feel like that was a pretty big move for me. And then I believe my individual immunity wins, I know that my individual immunity wins had nothing to do with Eric, and I earned those on my own in times where I needed to earn those.
I'm very proud that most of y'all are owning what you did in the game. I appreciate that a lot. So I think the biggest thing for me is for y'all to say nice things about each other. So I would like you all to say one thing that you think the other person did best. I know y'all talk a lot, so we'll try and make it quick.
Smitty is just a really fun-loving guy. I mean, super great at keeping the mood light, very pleasant to be around, and just look into his eyes and I'm like, man, that's a guy that I want him to like me. I want him to trust me and to work with me in this game. And I think you made probably better connections, with that than I could do personally. And I think Mackenzie's already proven she's really observant in ways that I am not, and has a great memory, and her skills and just reading situations, reading people, and seeing what's happening. I could never do that the way that she can.
I think I want to go for Mackenzie first. I want to highlight how compassionate she is
and how caring she is for everybody. The Caitlyn vote was really hard for her, and I'll let her share her side of the story of that because it is an emotional thing. But she allowed me to be there for her, and whenever I had a very hard time very recently, she was the first person to be there and comfort me. And so, talk about invaluability. That is such an amazing character trait you have, and I know it's not just in the game. I was so thankful because this game is emotional, and we are putting everything into it because it means so much to us. And so I know we all know that every move is strategic in its game, but I just really value that you were there for me and you allowed me to be there for you, and that was amazing. And I think that's something that a moment will share for the rest of our lives. Eric, I just appreciate how charming and genuine you were to me. I know you had to lie to me. There were a couple times where I was a little sketched out by what you're doing, but outside of the game, you did take time to just get to know me, and gave me the ability to get to know you, regardless of, even though in the moment we're kind of going against each other, all of us. I know you're my friend, I know you're my friends, and I hope you know that I'm your friends. I'm so thankful for y'all's part in getting me here, and I'm so happy that I get to do this with y'all. Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
I mean, just the way he's talking right now, he's like such a positive person, and like, you added so much to this game for me, genuinely. And you being there for me after that vote, because I don't know that anyone knew how hard that was going to be for me. And I didn't want to share it with anybody because I didn't want them to think that I was going to waver on that. And I think after, I was so excited to reconvene with you, but I just told you, hey, I need a minute. I gotta go cry in the tent. And you let me have that moment, and after I came out, you checked in with me, and that's like something I will never forget in the game. And I was so glad that when you were having your moment that I was able to be there for you, because I just feel like we're the same in that way. This is a game, but also I know that we care so much about the connections that we made here, and I really admire that.
Thank you so much.
Eric, you have a great strategic mind. It was so fun playing with you. It was like you're always thinking about the next step, and the way that you're able to assess like the numbers and break things down, like the Ethan thing, I would not have thought of. I just fully was down to go on Jordan. I think you have a great strategic mind.
Thanks a lot.
I enjoy you as a person as well. You're just not as emotional. Well, I am.
For my question, I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm gonna give y'all like my opinions or like my views of your games, and then I kind of want y'all to like prove me wrong, I guess. Like, kind of gonna grill y'all in a sense. Smitty, I feel like if this was a likability contest, you would absolutely have this hands down. I think you are, like we all agree, like you're just a funny, likable, awesome dude, and I feel like you're just a really good person to have around, which is why a lot of people wanted to keep you. But I do feel like you lacked a lot of agency, like from round to round. I don't think you consistently were able to like hold a grasp on the game. Mackenzie, with you, I feel like in your answers, I would like to see more confidence, because I think you had really good reads on the game. Like when you would clock Jordan to me, I was like, she's thinking. You would say things about Kylie, you'd say things about the good girls working together, you'd say things about maybe he has an idol and we have to do this and that. And I think you're like underselling yourself a little bit. So I think that you have a lot more like to offer. And then Eric, I think with you, I think what's hard, I guess, is that like, I feel like you were kind of wishy-washy to a lot of people, but I think a lot of people just, I think are like on a personal level, just like not really fond of you as much as someone like Smitty. So I think that maybe if you could just talk a little bit about, I don't know, maybe like your public perception and just like why you feel like you played the way you did, when I guess like there were people who played like Smitty and he got here and he didn't, I don't know, be as cruel to people, I guess.
As far as the likability competition, I think a big part of that was being that way on purpose, because you don't want to vote somebody out if there's somebody else who you don't like as much. That's not just me trying to float and be a social butterfly, because I don't think that's what I did at all. As far as the agency, I think we've all been in scenarios where votes didn't go our way because everyone's working around each other. I think that gives me an advantage because I get to talk more about how I adapted. I know that these guys say they had a lot of control. Did they adapt? I hope they can answer that. I hope that y'all don't just see my game because I'm a nice and a friendly person as just that, because that's not what it was. I feel like I've given plenty of examples of the strategy, the outwitting, the outplaying, and by immunity and being here right now from being the person who was told that he wouldn't make the final tribal council or would probably lose. Well, I'm here now.
I think these games bring out the best and worst in me. I'm bad at making connections, I think. In this situation, not all the time, but in this situation, my mind is so overloaded, thinking about game all the time. And I do actually genuinely like to play a loyal game. I would never have gone against Mackenzie in this game. And if it was a final 3, we met after, you were always going to be there, right? But I only have space in my game for like 1 or 2 people, and everybody else, I don't. So I don't make the best connections. I don't do well at that. It's a weakness for sure. And I hope that, you guys will give me a chance to get to know you better outside this game when I can be like a normal person again. But in the game, I was kind of like the Terminator on a mission, and I hope you'll forgive me for that.
Also, if I seem like I have a lack of confidence, I think it's just because an observant game is a hard one to explain. It's hard to explain that you were slowly planting seeds along the way. I think one thing is knowing when we did the flip that you would be the one who was most likely to flip. I also knew Jack would be the person that you would be most likely to flip on before even asking you. Just based off of like the conversations and the vibes that I was getting, I think that was a great call. Ethan, when you told me that no funny business was going on, I believed you, straight up. I went to him, said, I really don't think he's lying. I don't think anything crazy is gonna go on.
What was that?
I know, and I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
But I was right about that, and when the votes happened and nothing came out, I was like, well, we did what we did. I don't know, I think I did a pretty good job at reading how people felt about me and navigating off of that. I think the fact that I'm sitting here speaks to that.
My question is for Mackenzie. It sounded like you were on the bottom most of the time and you like barely scraped by. So I'm curious, like, what moves did you make to get from being at the bottom all the time to where you are now?
So the first day, finding the idol immediately and then holding that, I think it was when my name was out there, when Caroline had pitched it, and I did get a couple of votes, I think me not using that idol, even when I knew my name was out there, was a good move. Again, I was at the bottom, and I knew that like the girls, they were not gonna work with me. I was not sure if the 4 or 5 of you were going to, but that was my Hail Mary move there. I think it earned me some trust with people, and I think that helped me in the game.
I've had so much fun, guys. I'm really proud of the game I played. I think that if you're basing it on who orchestrated the most this game and who was most in charge of my destiny to get there, I disagree with Smitty. I think winning immunity challenges, you can't control that. You can't control being in the right spot to win the right challenge at the right time. I was the one who I feel like controlled my fate in the game the most and had the most people who were willing to work with me and who went out the order that I wanted them to go out in. I'm really proud of that. What I'm not proud of is not getting to know a lot of you as well as I could have. And I look forward to just doing that after the game. I had a great time. I really hope you all did too. And I'm super happy no matter how you vote. And I hope that you'll forgive me for some of the things that I did in this game someday. Thanks, everybody.
I really enjoyed playing with all of you. I had a blast. I will say yesterday, I think when the vote was almost me 4 times in a row, I was morally just distraught, bankrupt. It wasn't until Coop flipped that I really found my spirit again in the game. I never gave up fighting. I do think that I fought really hard to survive the whole time, but specifically the first part of the game. Again, it's not really easy to convey an observant strategic game, but I feel like if we had any interactions and I shared any information with you, that was very purposeful. I am very, very selective with the things that I share and the things that I don't share. And if it seemed like I was quiet sometimes, that is just because I was watching everything at all times. My brain was working in overdrive. I'm also really proud of winning 3 individual immunities. I think that's really cool. And I just think that I played a really well-rounded game.
So much of this game is just about the relationships you make. that allowed me to, you know, even though I was in an alliance that towards the end of the game steamrolled a little bit, that wasn't my only asset. I didn't just rely on the people I had because we knew we were tight and we weren't gonna do anything else. Because I knew at the end of the day that, you know, I probably wasn't at the top of that alliance. I had made relationships with everyone, but you always have to be ready. And so that starts with being friendly with everyone, being genuine with everyone, keeping open dialogues. I did well enough to get me here. I made strategic moves, we talked about it. I led votes. I also did many things to always make sure I was safe if things did go wrong. Whether that was winning 3 immunity challenges, whether that was keeping, you know, never cutting people off. I love every single one of you, and I'm so excited to see how this turns out and get to know y'all after. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Final 3. Now the power is shifting over to the jury. You are going to be casting a vote for the person you want to win. All right, for the last time, it is time to vote. Jordan, you're up.
I'm so proud of you.
I think he did a great job at the final tribal, and I think he played a great game. So, shout out Smitty, love you very much, hope for the best.
I am voting for Eric. This is the last vote of the season, so what a season it was.
Why do we tally the votes? All right. Before I get to the votes, I just want to say thank you to all of you who played, everyone on production, the Ogletrees for letting us use your land. None of this would be possible without any of y'all, so I'm so thankful. This was a blast. Fun fact, this is the first season we've never had a tie vote. That's interesting. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get to the vote. All right. First vote. Eric. Mackenzie. Smitty. Mackenzie. Smitty. 2 votes Smitty, 2 votes Mackenzie, 1 vote Eric. Mackenzie. Mackenzie. 4 votes Mackenzie, 2 votes Smitty, 1 vote Eric. The winner of Survivor Ragnarok, Mackenzie.